Welcome to Mondays with Don and Brett. My name is Brett.
I'm Don.
And we're glad you're here.
What do you want away this weekend?
I went away this weekend.
A non-teen related event.
This was non-teen related.
Right.
So, and actually, you could look into this one.
This is a weekend to remember.
A weekend remember with my lovely wife, Jenny.
And it was memorable?
It was very memorable. We had a great time. And it was a good little checkup for our marriage, seeing how we're doing.
And you found out, and the conclusion is that they're doing really good.
Yes, praise the Lord.
You decided that you got it figured out.
No. No, we don't have it figured out, but we did. I was just really encouraged to say, okay,
Doing some things right.
all these things on a scale of 1 to 5, I felt like, you know, there's some 3s here, and there's some 4s, and a bunch of 5s, and these 3s and 4s we got to work on, and the 5s we got to stay on, you know, on top of too. But it was good. It was really good. It's good to go for a little checkup, and for us, I mean, you know how it is. Little kids rarely ever go away together.
Right.
And good friend Allison Fox took care of our kids for the weekend.
Good.
And
very nice.
It was awesome. And I'm in as you just noted, a very busy season. So for us, it's just good to kind of get away, just her and I, and just
excellent.
Boom. So it was awesome.
Good.
I highly recommend the Family Life Weekend to Remember. And next time you hear about it from Eric and Crystal, go.
Griner.
Go.
Okay, good.
Go.
Anyway, so that was happening. Whatever. Also this weekend, pampering, day of pampering.
Yeah. Big hit.
Day of pampering. This our first annual, I believe.
Yep.
Where Sherry Greenfield, our disabilities coordinator, has put together a day of pampering for those people who are caregivers to those with disabilities, and big success. I think they had about 32 people here.
Yeah.
And 32 people who came to be pampered. Over 100 people here, I think, taking care of them, which is great. Everything from having their cars cleaned out, which Armor Bears took part in, to
bunch of guys.
Sit-down China lunch with massages and pedicures and nail things and
we have a day
worship
of pampering
service
for the pastors.
Very, really well. It was very well done. From what I understand, it was great. I wasn't here, but heard it was great. People were blessed. We actually had an email.
Yeah.
You want to share that with us?
Yeah, 2 amazing responses so far. And so here's one. I had a super relaxing day at church among caregivers who understand the impact of caring for someone with challenging needs. It was super, all caps. It was super. I enjoyed an elegant lunch, had tea, listened to a wonderful sermon, worshipped, met some wonderful women, had a relaxing massage, and my hands waxed and scrubbed.
Whoa.
It was heavenly.
Oh, heavenly.
Right? Thank you, Sherry, and the Church of the Open Door.
That's cool.
Isn't that cool?
Great.
Cool.
That's from somebody out of the community.
Yep.
So that's cool. And then we have one more.
And then there was another one. This one's a little bit longer, and this woman's actually from about an hour south of us, and she just said, I want to say thank you for the incredible day provided for mothers and wives of those suffering with some disability. And then she goes on to explain about her son who has autism and the journey and all that stuff, and said how she's learned so much through the difficulty, and how the journey has just really taught her a lot about life and love, and how her son has taught her, has been his greatest teacher, her greatest teacher. And goes on to say, just today was another example of the blessings that I can recognize from our challenges. I was blessed to be pampered, to hear words of wisdom from the speaker, and to see a church community that embraced others like I've never seen.
Cool.
Isn't that cool?
We gotta put that on our website somewhere,
Yeah.
like a quote.
Yeah.
You know, somebody said that. Church community, that's good.
This church community's commitment to the disabled is inspiring. That is just awesome.
Yeah.
Just went on to say just how everything felt great. Super impressed with bathrooms with shower stalls and a place for them to worship and all this stuff. Pews actually within the congregation cut for wheelchairs, for wheelchair access. And then donating the space for Easter seals, summer camp this summer. It just went on and on. That was just really, really cool. So thank you for all you do and have done today. This will, and that you will continuously, or that you obviously continue to do. So pretty cool.
Cool, very good.
So thumbs up. I honestly, Don, when I was interviewing here, the first thing that really like kind of hit me upside the head about our church was our wings ministry, and that says a lot about the heart of our church.
Yep, absolutely.
And so praise the Lord for that.
We had a couple. We had a mother and I think family here yesterday that were there on Saturday and never come before, but they came yesterday to our services. So hey,
cool.
It's just good.
Praise the Lord.
Yeah.
Praise the Lord. Thank you, Sherry, and everybody else.
Sherry, yeah, good job.
Good job.
Anyway,
you're making a difference. Thank you.
Absolutely. We percussion praise.
Yeah, me too.
We've started a percussion praise group. What that means is it's a bunch of people pounding on drums and different types of percussion instruments.
Yep.
And Zane Ruth, our expert, resident expert drummer, is helping us with it. And we're just trying something. We've never done it before. I had an idea of just trying to do something like this. So we've got about 12 people involved right now. We've had about 3 or 4 practices, and it's actually come together.
They had 13.
We had 13 in the group.
Team.
We had to cut somebody. We had to cut somebody. It was kind of like American Idol. We had to give them the bad news.
Yep.
But it's all right, Brett. You know, you have a lot of talent.
I couldn't make the practice. My mom always told me I was really good at making noise.
We cut Pastor Brett. But you know what?
Cut.
He's a busy man.
Cut.
He's a busy man. So we cut him out.
I made the first practice.
But he'll be back. He'll be back maybe next round. But
really?
Yeah, it's really cool. So be there first weekend of April during Missions Fest. They'll be helping with the flag processional. I think it'll be kind of fun. It'll be different.
Maybe I can still like do the rain.
Yeah, you can do something. Yeah, you can
very beginning.
So anyway, that's kind of good. That's happening. What else is happening?
Cut. Anyway, yeah. So I'm excited about that.
One of the frustrations as a pastor, though.
I don't know if we have enough time.
This is pastor to pastor. Real quick.
Pastor to pastor.
People who don't listen.
Yeah.
What do you do with people who just don't listen? You know, you give them counsel, you give them advice, and they just don't. They don't do it.
Yeah.
You feel like just taking them out back and slapping them.
I think sometimes I'm that person.
I want back porch ministry, man.
But
take them in the back and you slap them around a little.
That's tough, isn't it?
Get it into their brain.
I guess you got to remind yourself that Jesus had a lot of people that didn't listen to him.
Like us.
You know?
We did it.
Daily.
Right, I know. All right.
So but ultimately, it's
part of the human experience.
It is tough how much we have to learn on our own about things.
That's true.
And
you're trying to help people and save them from the grief.
And just love it.
But they still decide to go down that road.
Yeah. And it breaks your heart because you've seen it, you warned them, you said, hey, listen,
right.
You've shown them all the signs, danger ahead, and they kept on driving.
And you so want to say, I told you so.
Yeah. But you can't.
But you can't. Don't you? Do you? Not in humanly speaking. You can't help but say, you know what? I told you.
Yeah.
But anyway, okay.
I think you do, but you can't.
But you can't.
And most people know it. If they're tuned to the Holy Spirit, you don't have to say it. They're like,
That's true.
You know, part of the way you seek God's will in your life is by wise counsel. Or going to people who, you know, Pastor Bob talked about that like 3 weeks ago or whatever. Part of the way you can find God's will is, of course, through His Word, through people, through prayer, through circumstances. And so when you go to people for their wisdom, you got to take that. Right. And sometimes it's not good, and you don't. But other times it's like, ooh. So what do you do?
All right.
What do? You just keep loving and investing?
Yep. Keep loving people. Remember, it's for eternity. It's not for today. So
yep.
That's the word to pastors.
Yep. Pastors. So that was free for everybody else. Hey, I want to talk about something.
Yeah.
I've noticed a big switch in the church. Not just our church, but in churches all over. And it's actually some really good things I've seen. And it actually all kind of was cemented at this conference I went to. Is that there's a big church, a big move for just kind of an awakening about the gospel and about our need for Jesus. Mm-hmm. And you're hearing a lot of buzzwords that I hope don't turn into just buzzwords, but actually people are thinking about. And that really was cool. For example, the phrase being on mission.
Right.
You heard that. People say it all the time.
Right.
Well, the essence of it means I need to be essentially a missionary everywhere I go. So I'm on mission for Jesus. And so I'm not just...
making the main thing the main thing?
Yeah. It's about...
That's what it used to be called.
Yeah.
The main thing the main thing.
Making the main thing the main thing. So it's serving Jesus right now. I'm being a missionary, if you will, at my house, wherever. And I'm just sharing the good news of Jesus. And those kinds of things are really cool. And I'm glad that I'm glad that Christians are talking more and more about that thing.
Don't you think it's because of the culture we're living in, society?
How you have to.
People are looking around going, you know what, you got to make a choice here. It's getting pretty. There's not a lot of meshing of the two easily and getting away with it. It's kind of like it's either one or the other now, boys.
I think you're right on. And there's a need for that.
Put on your big boy pants and make the decision.
It's huge. I think it's huge, and I think it's something. It's refreshing for me because. There's no need. We just can't mess around anymore. It's very freeing.
Exactly.
It's easier now, honestly, for me to be a pastor, to be a youth pastor, because well, the need is still as great as ever, but it's just so much easier to kind of say, hey, listen, look around. This world is evil.
Yep, that's right.
And you got to line up with Jesus. If you're not lining up with Jesus, you're in trouble.
There you go.
You need Jesus. So I
need
Jesus.
Day. We had a serious note. We had a memorial for Scott Hartman Sunday. It was really great. A lot of people came, and it was well done. Though I must give you the one glitch in the service. Did you hear about it?
No.
Okay, so I'm running sound because nobody's there to run sound.
Yeah.
And of course, Jesse and Jared, whose father was the one we were celebrating.
Yeah.
They're sitting in the front row with their mother, and they're the sound guys here. I mean, they pretty much have taken over their shout.
And they're awesome.
And they're great, but they aren't running sound because it's their father's memorial service.
No.
So they didn't have anybody. I said, well, I can do that. So I'll run up after I'm done leading a hymn or two, and I'll do whatever needs to be done. And mostly nothing needed to be done, except at the very end, Doug Blair was going to sing As Well With My Soul.
Yeah.
And he had a soundtrack.
Yeah.
So he gives me a little thing, I'm going to tell a little history of it, and when I get to this point, start the music.
Yeah.
And I actually didn't try the tape before the service because he came a little late and there was already music running, people were coming in. So I just listened to it, via headphones. Oh, it's working, we're good. And while Pastor Bob's finishing his message and Doug's getting ready to go, I'm thinking to myself, I sure hope this thing's hooked up to this board.
Yeah.
And no reason it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
But it crossed my mind. So Doug's going on and I hit play, nothing. And it's moving, and I'm doing this, I'm moving things, and so Jesse, poor Jared gets up and comes upstairs. I'm feeling like his dad's funeral, So what happened was, long story short, it's already long, but they unplugged it in the morning, switched some stuff around, didn't put it back, so it wasn't going to start. It was nothing that I did wrong, but it wasn't hooked up, which I had feared. So I then proceed while Doug tries to make small talk, because he's supposed to sing a song, and I run down to the piano and play As Well My Soul, and Doug sings it, and it worked out okay.
Yeah, right.
But I mean, it was ironic, the two guys they're the sound guys.
Yeah, right, on their day. So you ended up playing it, and it worked out.
Worked out, I guess.
A lot of people are here.
Anyway,
it
was good.
I was just so impressed with his legacy, and with his dignity, like to the very end. And that really, it's kind of made a great impression on me, just going and visiting him in the hospital twice, and seeing how he was, and the fact that the decisions he made, even at the very end, I want to go out like that.
And he wasn't a flashy guy, he wasn't a front guy, but you hear what his family says about him.
Yeah.
I just want to that's what I want to say about me at the funeral.
Yeah.
My funeral, Yeah. And you're right, he was a great guy, and Jesse and Jared did a great job. They shared about their dad. And it was very good, but it's sobering. He's 57.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not that far from him. I got 10 years, and I could be. So it kind of gives you some.
And his courage.
Pause.
His courage and all that stuff. I mean, that's what.
Yeah.
He's a man. He is. I mean, he really was a man who loved Jesus, loved his family, and confirmed that to the very end. That is awesome. I mean, that is a testimony and a half. So praise the Lord for him, and he's in heaven now with Jesus.
That's how we
no more tears. I want to go down like that.
That's it.
I want to go down like
False Knock Day coming up.
Hey,
everybody,
when is
March 8th, get that together.
March 8th?
Everybody. Hey, we'll take some here at the show. False
March
Knock
8th?
Day. You want to give it to us? Bring it on. Bring us
That's
some.
a Tuesday.
We'd be happy to eat them for you. Tuesday, yep. False Knock Day. We actually always take the boys to the Carters at like 7 in the morning, and we have False Knock before they go to school.
Wow.
She stays up. She stays up all night making them.
Wow.
And out of the oven, you just pop them like candy.
Yeah. Oh.
She'll bring some to the office. So
good. Oh, I want some. I'll be here. Hey, listen. Tell us what you're doing Thursday night real fast. We got
Thursday night, going back to the 70s.
You going? You gonna? Donnie's jumping in his DeLorean.
I'm going to my DeLorean. I'm going to put on my bell bottoms.
1.21 gigawatts.
And, that's right.
You're going back to the 80s.
The 80s. Oh yeah, not 70s.
Yeah, not quite.
70s, 80s.
He's going actually.
Donna's going to have the big hair though.
Yeah.
She's going to poof it up that night.
Late 80s, early 90s. Yep. So going back to when I knew you.
Big hair.
When I first met you.
That's right. And we're going to go and we're going to take in a show.
And who's going to be playing this concert?
My Father's Eyes. Amy Grant.
Amy Grant.
Get out.
And Michael W. Smith.
That's like, I mean, my kids would be like, who's that?
Yeah, right.
And boy, there it is.
Oh.
Anyway.
Good times.
Hey, we got to go.
Hey, we got to go. 15 minutes. Hey, we're going to be on the city. This will actually be posted on the city now.
It's our 15 minutes of fame.
As we get started, well.
Yeah, that's right. The city.
So, 18 minutes.
If you're not on it, get on it.
All right.
Be part.
God bless you.
See ya.
Peace.